Okay, so I'm drawing lightly in pencil. You can darken things in as you are sure where your lines need to go. Okay, so we'll start off by just drawing kind of a circle shape. Actually, it's more of a boxy shape, almost like a square, but with rounded corners. So we're going to draw the shape for our French Bulldog's head. And then we're going to draw a shape for the ears. And this ear is going to just run right off the edge of our page. If you drew yours a bit smaller and you have room to draw the whole ear, then you'll just have to imagine what the rest of that ear looks like. So we'll just draw in a shape for an ear. And then over here we need to draw another shape for another ear, because most of us have two ears. Okay, so just sketch that in. It's got nice tall ears. Okay, we're going to also draw in a shape for the body and the front legs. Okay, it's just kind of perched here. We're going to draw just a little bump right here. This is where a paw is resting. I'm going to draw another bump right here. Okay, and you can kind of think about what you want to be going on in the background as we're sketching him out, and you can sketch in your background as it goes. We're going to go ahead and sketch in his nose now, and so we want to go about halfway down his face here and sketch in a little curved downward line. And then we're going to angle it down towards the corner here and give this one a little bit more character, give it a little more of a bump. Okay, so this is the shape we're going for. And we're going to round this part off and bring it up. And then back down. Okay. We're going to draw right underneath this part a nice curved line. And then a slightly smaller curved line. This is going to be his nose. And so we'll draw it like almost like a little football shape. It's got more of a curve here and more of a flat edge here, so it's not quite the same as a football. And we'll draw a little round nostril on each side and a line coming down. Okay, we're going to sketch in some eyes. And a lot of times when we draw different dogs, we have very rounded eyes, but on this particular breed of dog, I'm drawing a French Bulldog, the eyes are more almond shaped or football shaped. So kind of similar to the shape of your eye. So we're going to just sketch in that almond shaped eye. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Those are our basic shapes. Okay, let's go ahead and start adding some more detail to our drawing. Okay, we're going to start adding some shading, and probably the darkest areas that we need to address are the eyes and the nose. So we'll start there with our shading and make a nice dark value, shade in those eyes. If you want to leave a little sparkle, you can leave a little white space there, or you can go back in and erase a little sparkle. I think I'll just erase a little sparkle right here. So, a little lighter spot right there on my dog. So we'll shade in this eye as well. You can leave a little light spot there too, a little sparkle. Okay, we'll shade in his nose. I'm going to leave the area on the top part of his nose just kind of a dark gray, and then underneath I'm going to darken it in more. And the darkest area is going to be these little nostrils. So I'll darken this in more. And then we'll darken in that line a little bit more. We're going to shade around his nose a little bit. He's got some dark furry patches around his nose. And depending on the specific dog that you were drawing, all dogs have just a little bit different characteristics in their fur pattern and stuff. So if you wanted to make it a little bit different than mine, it would be okay. I'm going to shade in a little bit lighter gray right around here. And he's got some little whisker dots, so we'll just sketch those in, just put a few little dots. And do the same thing out here. They kind of go in rows. On some dogs you can really see them, and some of them they just kind of blend in with their fur and you don't really notice them. We're going to add a little value right here where his mouth is. Just a little value where that lip overlaps his lower jaw. There's a little detail here that I forgot to sketch in. I'm going to just draw in a little curved line here for his lower jaw, and we're going to just darken in at the corners there, and then he's got a little dark patch of fur just right here and here. You can kind of sketch that in and adjust it. Okay, I'm going to shade the whole thing in kind of a light gray value because it's kind of in shadow. Even though it's white fur, it's in shadow. I'm going to shade in a little bit around his eyes as well, okay? He's got some light tan fur around his eyes that, it's not like a spot exactly, it's just kind of like, almost like a shadow that is part of his fur covering. So we're going to just fade that out. And we'll do the same thing over here around this eye. And this one, it almost kind of comes down like a triangle shape. And then shade up around here. He's got a little bit of a ridge around his eye. The bone structure is kind of showing a little bit. So we'll draw a little ridge there and there. And now let's shade in his ears a little bit, okay? He's going to have a little bit of value right in here. It's going to be kind of a medium dark value, and then it's just going to fade out to a little dark spot right there. So medium dark value is going to fade out to a lighter value all the way out to the edge. Do a little bit of a shadow right here. A little bit of a shadow right here. Okay. We'll do a similar thing over here. We're going to just kind of sketch a line there so we can see where that changes direction. Add a value in there. Make it medium dark values there at the edge. and then fade it out all the way out. We'll do just a little bit of a value right here, just along the very edge. Okay, so I'm going to just adjust this line slightly. We've got a line like this, and then we've got a part like this that's part of his neck that kind of comes out a little more there. We're going to shade a little bit right here along his jawline. Just a little bit right in here. We'll start adding a little bit of value kind of under his chin to kind of give a little dimension to that area back there. And we're going to kind of sketch in some little toes here. You can sketch in some little claws just barely showing on the very edge. Sketch in some little toes right here. A little value in between those toes. And if you want to, you can kind of imagine, you know, why is he positioned like that? In the picture, it looks like he's kind of chewing on a blade of grass or something. He's got some kind of little green thing that he's messing with. But I think in my drawing, I'm going to imagine that the reason he's just like that is because he has something that most dogs really enjoy. And you can see if you can guess what it is. Do you know what I'm making? It's a ball. A tennis ball. Yep. You guys are so sweet. So I'm going to imagine that he's just enjoying this tennis ball, and I'm just going to sketch it right here. And give it a little bit of value here. Sometimes it's fun to, if you're using a picture for a reference, it's fun to just make up your own details like that. So I'm just going to imagine a tennis ball in my picture here. And when I'm happy with my overall design of my dog, I may want to start sketching in the background. And you can decide where your dog is. Is your dog inside? Is he outside? What's the environment like? So my dog is going to be outside. It's going to be like in a backyard. I'm just going to sketch in like the ground. And I might sketch in maybe some landscape in the background. Maybe there's a bush back here. Maybe there's like a tree that is coming up on the side of the page, and add some detail to that. And maybe you can see like the fenced-in area behind him. Maybe he's in a fenced-in backyard, and there's like a picket fence back here. You can decide what you want to do with it. Or maybe he's just in an open field, just having a good time. Maybe his dog house is back there. I don't know what all you want to put in your picture, but I'm going to leave that up to you. And remember that when you have finished your drawing and you've finished adding all those details, if you're proud of your work, you got to sign it.